Hello friends, welcome to Current Affairs Review. The topic for today's discussion is the rise of multipolarity in international politics. In international relations, polarity concerns any of the different ways in which power is concentrated and distributed within the international system of states. There are three international systems on the basis of which we can determine the nature of the international system and its political, economic, and social characteristics. They are unipolar, meaning one center of powers; bipolar, meaning two centers of power; and multipolar, meaning many centers of power. The objective of comprehending international politics in this manner is to determine which constellation of authority would lead to a stable and peaceful world order. In the early 17th century, there existed a multipolar European order that consisted of the Holy Roman Empire of the Habsburgs, German Protestant princes, France, Denmark, Sweden, England, and the United Provinces. This system was washed away by the religious, territorial, and dynastic conflicts over domestic politics and balance of power in the 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648, and was replaced by the Peace of Westphalia, which introduced the concept of sovereign nation-states. European order was confronted by the growth of the Napoleonic Empire, which was then defeated in 1815. The Napoleonic Empire was superseded by the Concert of Europe formed by the Great Powers-led Congress of Vienna. The Concert of Europe comprised of the Quadruple Alliance of Russia, Austria, and Great Britain. It was a genuinely stable multipolarity that got replaced due to British great power hegemony and Britain's control over the economic and political futures of the rest of the world. Britain's relative unipolarity lasted from 1815 to 1939. Though the Concert of Europe was largely multipolar, after Napoleon's defeat, there were signs that indicated that Britain would lead the Quadruple Alliance. It became the largest empire in history, and under Queen Victoria, 1837 to 1901, at its acme, ruled over about a quarter of the world's territories and populations. The British Empire was based on its enormous and powerful navy, ensuring that, like the Dutch, British power was mainly seaborne and maritime. Their navy and predominance in the maritime sphere also gave them access to territories located in the rim of the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and Caribbean Sea. It was a forerunner in the Industrial Revolution, and thus already possessed the machinery and technology that would form the basis of the emerging era of capitalist expansionism. British unipolarity got terminated due to the fall of the British colonies. As India and Africa became independent, Britain lost what had been its primary source of income and prosperity. Additionally, acceptance of liberal values of freedom and equality in the international community was another major reason behind the downfall. The Cold War, 1947 to 1991, and Detente, 1967 to 1979, has broadly been accepted as an era of bipolarity between the great powers of the United States of America and the Union of Soviet Socialists. For the USA, the ideological basis of the new, post-World War international system was liberalism and commercialism, while for USSR, it was communism. The major happenings during this great power rivalry between the USA and USSR were the advent of nuclear power, the Cuban Missile Crisis, 1962, global arms race, accumulation of strategic and conventional weapons. With the disintegration of the Soviet Union in 1991, the USA lost its ideological opposition in international politics, and eventually a unipolar world again came into with USA at its helm. After 1989, the USA became a lonely superpower capable of imposing its will on other countries. As the only superpower, the USA possessed geographic, technomilitary, economic, and political superiority. Its geographical isolation has ensured that there have been no attacks on the mainland. The technological innovations in weapons technology and satellite communications helped the USA to project its influence globally. Its budgetary allocation for defense is the highest in the world, which accounted for more than 40% of the world total in 2011. It also promoted and supported liberal democracies globally in the name of international democracy and freedom. The US's unipolarity began to waver because of its engagement in scenario building by militarily and financially supporting anti-communist and guerrilla movements in the name of international democracy and freedom, involvement in asymmetrical and low-intensity conflicts, and frightening experiences of violence and terrorism occurring where the USA had intervened. The international politics have been deeply multipolar since 2001, with the rise of different centers of national power possessing varying degrees of influence. The economic crisis experienced by the USA, causing it to pull out from its international arrangements, has provided a space for China's global leadership. After USA was economically devastated in 2008, China entered into massive trade investment agreements with Latin America and Africa. Its burgeoning GDP as well as the formation of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization with Russia have allowed it to access a large swath of global influence. The United Arab Emirates has become another contender of this multipolar world. It has become a powerful player in the Middle East, capable of shaping international economics and politics. Its economy is projected to grow 2.5% in 2021 in both oil and non-oil GDP, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, and is expected to fully recover by 2022. Russia, which enjoys preponderance over the production and export of oil and gas, is the other potential center of global power. Its control over the prices and pipelines of gas through Europe allows it to autonomously exploit the natural resources and progress economically, which has thrust it to the hem of international relations. In addition to these, the partnership between Russia and China on the One Belt One Road initiative across Siberia and Central Asia has an undeniable potential to relocate the focus of global politics to these two powers. Analysts worldwide project India to become a superpower in the 21st century and maintain a 7% annual growth rate ahead of China in 2024. India's democratic institutions, demographic dividend of a youthful population, and the impetus given to entrepreneurship and resource optimization have put the nation assuredly on the map as one of the emerging economic poles of the world. India's membership and often leadership in organizations of regional cooperation like BRICS, the ASEAN, or the SAARC have allowed it to become a nerve of economic and political power in Asia. The Global South is the standard bearer of multipolarity, and its dynamic and rapidly prosperous states are becoming increasingly capable of challenging the superpowers of international relations. Download material for this issue from our website. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you.